And here is the self-talk for vocab. And like I was saying before, we get children to talk about words that they might see in text. What could this word mean? Can I think of some synonyms? Can I read back? Just looking at all the different ways so that if they come to a dead end, they know exactly what to do for themselves. We were teaching them to do this independently on their own eventually.
Okay, in groups, students read aloud to each other and linked their ideas sequentially to make meaning. So when reading out aloud, students are given thinking time for self-talk and reflection. I'm sure you've heard of the 30-second think, where students ask themselves, what is the purpose of the text? What strategies do I use when I come to a word I don't know?
And here we see children working at the sentence level. They're involved in various activities which are purposeful and engaging. Questions the text might answer. We have children thinking about how they will say a question. Who, what, where, why, when.
A variety of engaging activities are used to build bridges to the text, to use John Munro's terminology. So here you see factual close on our new interactive TVs, concentration games with synonyms, sequencing a story on, again, our new interactive TVs that the kids love. Now, when reviewing, sorry, Katerina, do you want to go first?
Okay, I was just going to say that reflection is a part of reviewing at all levels, and as I'm a junior teacher, and the little ones often you have to encourage them to think about what they've learnt for that day, and we encourage them to use some of the tools. And what's working really well in my room is at the end of each session, they will put on a hat and talk about a feeling, if it's the red hat, or talk about things that they didn't like. Today I learnt, and then how they felt about that learning. So it's really powerful stuff.
Okay, with the senior students, when reviewing reading processes, they use thinking tools such as the double entry journal. I don't know whether you know of it, but anyway, in the left column, they write what they've learned. And on the right column, they write their thoughts, their reactions, their feelings of how they learn to make connections. So basically putting their learning in words and in sentences. Well, that was about, it was just literacy learning has become reflective learning, and they were doing a think, pair, share there. Some more reflective comments from our senior students. GKR helps me prepare myself for the story. It also helps my predicting skills. The HRLTPs help me to use the pictures and the words and use all the information that I already know to understand the text. And the others down there with paraphrasing and saying questions that the text might answer. And very importantly, with the middle year students, right down the bottom, I've been reading a lot of books lately because, as you know, boys in the senior area actually become disengaged in their learning, and just looking at pictures and talking about it has actually made it more interesting for them to read.
So after Mary and Katerina had done all this work in classrooms over the third term, at the end of last term we again asked the staff to rate how well they thought their students were getting their knowledge ready. And you can see there some comparative data, the green being April and the blue September, and you can see how that teachers actually gauged that their children had improved in that area. So that's the getting knowledge ready one. And there's the how well do your students understand new vocab. So we collected that comparative data again in September.